My name is Akmal. Today, I will be presented to you the relationship between the partners and outsiders. Before we go even further, let me explain to you the power of partner to bind the firm. As you know, a partner has a power to bind the firm with other partners with the third party when entered into a transaction. A partner can bind the firm with a third party by using a two apparent authority by two power, which are the apparent authority or actual authority. So let's get through with the apparent authority. Apparent authority is a power that normally has in partnership in carrying acts out for the purpose of the business. Thus, if a partner has done the act that normally a partner has authority to do so, the firm will bind by his act. According to Section 7, there is agency relationship between the partners and the firm. Whereas any act or omission done by his partners will bind by all of the partners. To get the apparent authority, the condition must be fulfilled. But wait, there are other members who will explain more further about these conditions. Let's check it out.
Can you lend me some money?
For what?
To help pay my company's debt.
How much do you need the money?
14,000 ringgit.
That's so many. Why do you need that much money?
Akka, I'm the partner, so I really am liable to help pay the company's debt. Please.
Tell me more about it.
Hey, Kak, it's not that bad. Just give me money and it gets better. Remember that I am the partner, so I am liable to help pay the debt. Hey, Kak, don't be afraid. The money you give will be utilized, because I am acting within the scope of the partnership business.
If that's so, I will tell my assistant to give you a check.
Thank you so much, Kak.
Okay, there's no problem. Just for my sister.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sharen and I'm going to explain about the first scenario. This is one of the conditions that needs to be fulfilled, which is an act necessary to carrying on the business. The first scenario was based on the case of Chan King Yu, where Chan King Yu, the plaintiff's husband, asked for a sum of money from his wife with a sum of 35,000 ringgit since he is a partner of the partnership. The money was then paid into the partnership's account and was fully utilized to pay for the debt. The plaintiff's husband then gave her receipt in the name of the company. Later on, the plaintiff then brought an action to recover the loan. The court held that borrowing was an act necessary for carrying on the business in the partnership's business. That is all from me. Thank you. I need a lot of money for my partnership.
oversee. I'm feeling so anxious for every day and night. Need a large amount of money to do all I want. I really need money. I really need money. I really need money for my partnership. I really want money. I really want money. I really want money to travel overseas. Oh, give me money.
I actually want to borrow some money for my production, RM70,000. Okay, can I do that?
Yes, but before that, you should sign a contract with us saying that you agreed to borrow money from our company.
Oh, okay. Can I have a pen?
Sign. Oh, and please put your bank account number.
Okay.
Sign here. Okay, please wait for a few days for us to bank in into your bank account. Okay.
Okay. It's done now. Thank you.
Belah je, dia tak baca ke kontrak tu ada high interest? Tak apalah, dia nak duit sangat dah tu.
Okay, it's time to pay for my loan. Wait. Oh my god. What am I supposed to do?
Why, Suria?
Look, the interest for the loan is 60%.
This is not normal, you know.
Then what we have to do now?
You have to go and ask to reduce interest.
Okay, let's go now. Okay. Hi. I have a problem right here. I can't pay this interest. You have to reduce it. 60% is too much.
I'm sorry, miss, but it is already stated in the contract you signed. You agreed to pay our monthly interest of 60%. So either way, you should pay.
I know I signed this contract. But this is not normal. I don't want to pay this.
But it is stated in the contract you signed. You agreed to pay back our monthly interest of 60%. So you should pay.
I don't want to pay this. 6% or 15% is normal. I can tolerate. But 60%, no. This can't be. I don't want to pay this. I really don't want to pay this.
Miss, you should have read the contract before you signed. So 60% is our company's policy that everyone should pay back the loan that we give.
I know that I signed this contract. I didn't read it first. That was my mistake. But this is not normal. I can't pay this. This is too much.
If that's the case, we'll bring this matter to court and we'll see who wins.
Okay, let's go to the court. Assalamualaikum. My name is Sempiira and I will explain how the scene shown just now represents the second condition to bind a firm to be liable, which is the act should be done in a usual way. The act can only bind a firm if it's done in the usual and ordinary manner. It's not sufficient enough to bind a firm just because the act is usually done. The case acted just now is the same as the case of Goldberg versus Jenkins, where the court held that the action of the partner borrowing money at a high interest rate was not acting in the usual ordinary way, even though the purpose of borrowing the money was for the firm. The reason why the act was not done in the usual ordinary way is because the high interest rate of 60% is not a usual rate given when borrowing a loan. That is why the firm is not liable to pay the high interest rate given by the borrower. What's wrong?
I don't know why. You know what?
Even though you hide from me, I know you're the one that I'm looking for. Got me feeling so terrible. What's your mouth is responsible? Hold on, ladies, wait a minute. Can you let me know? Tell me slowly, tell me what is it? Then I'll give it a go. You be like, I'm knowing, but me don't. Can't you make it clear? Take it or leave it. You gotta take it or leave it. Like, there's someone from your company, yeah, whom I believe is your partner. Borrow money and this, yeah, but you're gonna have to pay this debt. Oh yeah, don't want to misunderstand. Yeah, she's not a partner but manager. I'm gonna pay and trust me, yes, but you must have to give me time. Oh yeah. Say I don't know what you do to me. I don't know what you think you is. I don't know why you're missing, but it's illicit. I don't know what you need, but why must be me? I don't know what you do to me. I don't know what you think you is. I don't know why you're missing, but it's illicit. I don't know what you need, but why must be me?
That's what I told you. The person insists that the person who borrow from her is from our partnership. She believed that.
If she believes that person is from our company, then I guess we have to pay. You're liable.
Yeah, but the amount is too many. You know.
Can't like avoid it. Don't worry. You have me.
Yeah, I'm trust you, Suria. Okay.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatin Nabilah Binti Shaarif Hussin. I'm going to talk about the condition to be fulfilled for apparent authority. The third condition to be fulfilled is the third party must know or assume or believe that the person whom he enters into the transaction or contract is a partner. The law allows a third party to assume that the partners have such authority to bind the firm. Based on the previous scene, it shows that a partner is liable to pay the debt of the manager in the partner, which is the manager is not a partner at all. So the third party can seek of the partners to pay for the debt. It is because she believed or she assumed that the manager is a partner of the partnership. This scene refers to the case of the stamp barang ceti being contained, which is they did not reveal the connection of the partners. So other people didn't know that who is the real partners in the partnership. Okay. In this case, the manager borrow money from a third party, but the manager disappeared to avoid to pay the debt. So the third party, which is assumed or believed based on the previous experiences with the company, seek for the partnership to pay the debt for the manager. That's all for me. Thank you. My name is Farhana Binti Roslan. Today my individual presentation topic is about actual authority. Actual authority covers two. Actual authority covers express actual authority and implied actual authority. Express actual authority is about authority given to a partner to do an act or execute a function in the firm's names. Implied actual authority is authority exercised by a partner who has been given express authority to enable him to carry out the business. Under Section 8 in the Partnership Act, an act or instrument that relating to the business or executed in the firm's name that showing intention to buy the firm by a person authorized, whether a partner or not, provided that this action shall not affect the general rule of law.
So you can pay your debt, but your company can't. Even I give you time to pay, but you guys ask for more time. Even almost gonna bankrupt, then so give us some time. We can give you a the debt road, that's what you want. One told me lie, one told me patient, and one told me angry. And I'm so amazing, I've given up lost, and that's not what I see. Look what I've got, look what you give me, and for that I say thank you. Next, next, thank you. Next, next, thank you. Next, I'm so freaking tired. Oh oh oh. Say thank you. Next, next, thank you. Next, next, thank you. Next, now I've got the devil. Ha ha ha.
My God, there's so many. There's so many. Oh my God, what are we gonna do?
What's wrong, baby? What's wrong?
Look at this. There's so many. Debt, you know debt. We have got many debt. We're gonna bankrupt. Oh my God.
Chill lah, it's only a debt.
It's only a debt.
Yes. It is only a small matter, bro. We can solve it lah, bro. Do you wanna have a lunch? I'm hungry, bro.
I'm not hungry. I want to stay to this day. Oh my God, so.
Chill lah, chill. I know. I have a solving problem.
Okay
So
then.
you don't have to worry.
Okay then.
I already settled all our problem there.
Okay then.
Let's go have a lunch.
Suddenly I feel hungry. Okay, let's go.
Based on the previous scene, refers to the case Bricks and Company, where fathers and son have a partnership, and their partnership will bankrupt soon. So, the son agree to assign the book debt to the creditor. The son forged his father's name without the father's know. The court held it was bind because it's relating to the business and have an intention to bind the firm by a person authorized to do so. That's all from me. Thank you.
If an act is not related to the business, the firm will only be liable if the partner was given an express authority by the partners. According to Section 9 of the Partnership Act, when a partner pledges a credit of a firm that is not related to the ordinary course of business, the firm is not liable unless the partner was given a special authority by the other partners. This section does not affect any personal liability incurred by an individual partner.
Section 10 states that if it had been agreed between the partner that any restriction shall not be placed on the one or many of them to bind the firm, then no act done in contravention of the agreement is binding the firm with respect of person having a notice of the agreement. Where the partner is expressly prohibited on carrying out on a partner, this means that his actual authority is lesser than his usual authority. This is also mean whether the firm will be bound is depends on the third party aware of the restriction. If the third party were not aware and what partner had done is within his usual authority, then the firm would be bound. But if the third party aware of the restriction and knows that the partner have actual authority but when the partner had gone beyond his actual authority, then the firm will not be bound.
If you enjoy the show, as we already know, a partner has a power to bind the firm and other partners when enter into transaction with the third party. As we know too, to have apparent authority, there are must a condition to be fulfilled. The first is the act done must within the scope of the business. Secondly, it is carried on in the usual way. Thirdly, the third party must know the person who entered into a transaction is a partner. And the fourth, the third party must not know the person who entered into a transaction and does not have the authority to act. Lastly, the actual authority can be expressed by express actual authority or implied authority.
That's all from us.